Hi everyone. So I'm going to interact with Anirudh Das. He's a graduate of IIT Roorkee, civil engineer, and he got into direct PhD in Rice University, Texas, Houston. And later on, his professor in Rice University told him to do some work in IIT Kanpur also, sort of collaboration. So he will be spending 1 year in Kanpur, and then he will be going to Rice University, and the degree will be awarded by Rice University. Let me tell you one thing. After BTech, you can either go for MS abroad or you can go for direct PhD abroad. If you go for MS, and if you don't get any funding, you need to spend 70-80 lakh rupees from your pocket for US, I'm talking about. But if you get funding, maybe 30-40 lakh you have to spend, but you need to spend in MS if you are going there. But if you take this route, like direct PhD route, then you need to spend from your pocket maximum 1.5 lakh. That's it. And another thing is you start getting scholarship of $2,500. Anirudh is getting $2,300, but it can be up to $2,500 also, and maybe 3,000 if you're in New York. Like Rahul is getting $3,000, so we already have interacted with him. So even if I assume that you're getting $2,500, your entire expenditure is $1,500, and you end up saving more than $1,000. That in Indian currency is more than 60-70,000 rupees. So that is your saving, right? I always advise my students to not spend a lot of money when they go abroad, and in fact tend to save it. Many students say, sir, PhD is a long commitment and we may not fulfill that. See, for career, you want more long duration stay in those countries. You want good jobs. What is the ultimate objective of going abroad for higher education? Number one, I should not spend more money. I should get very good job opportunities there. I should overstay there. I should stay there for long. So all these things are fulfilled with this particular thing. Listen to Anirudh, and I'm very sure you'll get a lot of ideas. Okay, so Anirudh, let me thank you for the time you spared for this interaction, and welcome on YourPedia.
Thank you, sir, for having me here.
Okay, Anirudh, today my this interaction is going to be very useful for so many students over there, because you are presently doing your PhD with Rice University, that is in Texas, Houston, Texas.
Yes.
And looks like you are doing it in collaboration with IIT Kanpur. So we'll
Yes,
get
sir,
to know
yes, sir.
more about that. And this is after BTech, right, Anirudh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so wonderful. We will be getting a lot of information here. So Anirudh, I start with your very basic information from your side. Please tell us which part of India you are from and from where you graduated.
Okay. So I am from Kolkata,
Okay.
and I did my BTech in civil engineering from IIT Roorkee, and I graduated this year.
Okay, wonderful. So Anirudh, you graduated only 2022, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So when did you decide to go for direct PhD, not MS, not MTech, and how it all evolved?
Okay. So like I did my internship in my after the third year. So it was in July 21.
Okay.
And then around October, I decided to go for PhD.
Okay. But
And
why you decided to go for PhD, not masters? Because that question is there in the mind of students also.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So actually, what happened, like particularly after the COVID, the funding for masters in US has stopped.
Okay.
Like mostly they are only giving for PhD only.
Okay.
So that's why I decided to go for PhD. And my ultimate aim was to go for PhD. So why not save 2 years so that I can spend 1 or 2 years after my PhD as postdoc.
Anirudh, you said that funding in MS Masters was less. Does that mean a scholarship you're talking about? The scholarship?
Yes.
Scholarship which is obtained, right?
Yes. And also stipend also, like because in masters, like generally you get stipend in the form of RA or TA.
Okay.
And those are started from like mostly from second year onwards, because at first year you can't work as a TA or RA, and so that's why.
Wonderful. So if somebody is not getting funding or scholarship in masters, roughly how much cost it incurs to him in the US? Any idea about that during masters?
It's around in 2 years, if you don't get any funding, then it's around 70 to 80 lakhs.
Oh, that's huge.
Yes.
And even after funding, I think a full funding is not obtained. Very difficult. No. So even after that 25-30 lakh you have to spend, right?
Yes, around 30 lakhs.
And now, Anirudh, coming to this particular way, like direct PhD domain. So how much money is required? Because why I'm asking about money, Anirudh, because most of the students in India, They are
Yes.
capable, but then this is the only mental block or actual real hurdle, that how much money is to be spent. So this route, how much is required? How much did you spend?
Like for the application and all these things, like having 1 lakh in pocket in is enough.
Sufficient, huh?
Yes,
But
yes.
after that nothing is required, huh?
No,
No loan, nothing is required for that.
no. I
Hmm.
think you max to max 1 to 1.5 lakhs
Okay,
enough.
1.5 lakh if somebody is having in pocket,
Yes, yes, enough,
then he
enough.
can think of going for this route, right?
Yes, 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 of course.
Mm. Okay, now Anirudh, the one thing is coming to my mind. You are from very prestigious college, in
Yes,
fact, the best one in India for civil engineers, IIT
yes,
Roorkee, right?
yes.
So, what about those students who are not from privileged to be in those kind of colleges? Can they also have that dream to, get a direct PhD?
I think direct PhD is a little bit like very hard. I think because the thing is like only during graduation,
Mm.
it's so much less time that it's very difficult to get any research experience.
Yes.
So only what we get is like internship experience, that is only for 2 to 3 months, and
Okay.
that is not sufficient to convince the admission authority that you can commit yourself for 5 years.
Okay.
So that's why they always want students from masters.
Mm.
But still sometimes it's possible, like if you are in top 1 or 2 students in your like class, then it's
Mm.
possible.
Mm. So, Anirudh, were you having some research experience during graduation?
I did 2 internships.
Okay.
Actually, 3 internships, but before I applied, I had only two, because
Okay.
it's in three two in my seventh semester. Till then, I had only two research internships
Mm.
and like 4 projects.
Okay. Mhm. So, Anirudh, what are the credentials required to get the opportunity which you have got?
Like the documents required are like the resume and the statement of purpose or SOP,
Mm.
and like 3 recommendations,
Mhm.
and like some English proficiency like TOEFL, and
Mm.
if possible GRE.
Okay. So in your case, Anirudh, how did you hit this university, Rice University in Texas? How did you get this?
Okay, so I first I emailed the professor,
Okay.
and that time I did not get any response from him, but I
Mm.
saw that he read my email.
Okay.
But and I also went for application.
Okay.
And after the application process was complete, just before giving the like the offer, he like had an interview with me.
Okay. So you just dropped a mail to him and
Yes,
mentioning about his work and
yes,
mentioning
yes,
about your interest, and
yes,
then
yes,
he
yes.
mailed you back, and then you had interview with him.
I did not get a response from him at that same time, but after it was decided that I was going, like I am selected. He had an interview, like if I am really interested to work with him.
Okay. So what do you think worked in your way? I mean, what thing impressed him in your CV or in your mail?
Okay. I did my internships, and one internship was from IIT Kanpur itself. And I
Okay.
think that research experience was totally in his field, his
Okay.
working area. So
Hmm.
that's why I think it worked.
Hmm. Acha, Anirudh, now you are graduate of IIT Roorkee, and
Yes.
during your graduation, you did internship in IIT Kanpur, right?
Yes.
So can you mention the field in which you did internship in IIT Kanpur and how much was the duration?
It was for around 3 months,
Okay.
and it was in structural dynamics.
Okay.
Okay,
So those
earthquake
three
engineering.
months of internship really helped you to get
Yes, yes, yes,
opportunities,
yes,
right?
yes.
And during that internship, you could publish something related to that work.
Uh, j- mm, I did not get any publication scope, but the work was like really like
Hmm.
top notch.
And how
Actually,
was
the
your use?
professor I worked under,
Huh.
he usually takes like he only publishes after a long time. That's why
Hmm.
I did not get any publication.
Hmm. So how do you get these kind of internships in IITs, and are they paid internships, or how do you get it?
Okay, so actually it was a paid internship, but during the COVID, since we are not traveling, they stopped the stipend.
Okay.
But the research experience was very good,
Hmm.
and there are several ways to get these internships. Like some IITs have these programs, like IIT Roorkee has the Spark program,
Yes.
and this IIT Kanpur, I think it's the Surge program.
Okay.
SURG. And but I got this internship from INA. There's a uh, society called INA, Indian National Academy of Engineering.
Okay.
Under their fellowship, I got.
Okay. 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 So that was the internship. You did that seriously, and that
Yes,
was
yes.
after second year or third year?
Third year.
After third year, and
Yes.
that helped you to go for further in
Yes,
research.
yes.
And then when you got this Rice University, Anirudh, you but presently you are in IIT Kanpur.
Yes.
So how is that possible then? You got in Rice and now you're in IIT Kanpur.
Actually, when I got this offer in July, and just before offering me offering me, my professor in Rice, he had an interview with me and explained that my PhD will be in joint guidance. So one of the professor will be from IIT Kanpur, and he himself is from Rice. So I have to
Okay.
spend 1 year in IIT Kanpur and
Okay.
then go for the Rice in next summer. Yes, summer.
Okay. And is there any duration of the PhD, Anirudh?
It's it's like minimum 4 years, but it can extend up to 5 years. Like my funding is for 5 years.
Okay, funding is available. So how many years you will spend in IIT Kanpur and how many in Rice University?
In IIT Kanpur, in only 1 year, then 4 year in Rice.
Now, Anirudh, I'm very sure you must have decided something for you in academics, like once you complete it, what you are going to do. So, can you also share your views, those views with all the students here? I mean, what after PhD are the opportunities for civil engineers, especially in USA?
Okay.
What are you planning
Like
to do?
in USA, I have seen like a lot of students they go also for job, like after PhD also. But for me, I want to remain in academics. So for that, I want to spend 1 or 2 years in postdoc after
Okay.
PhD, and then go for for faculty application.
Anirudh, I keep on meeting with so many professors in premium institutes, India and globally. And one thing I find is like, these guys are into projects. They keep on taking consultancies. They keep
Yes.
on doing a lot of projects.
Yes.
Can you tell us related to structural dynamics, the domain in which you are? What are the opportunities in structural dynamics for someone who goes for a super specialization, like PhD and all? So what are the projects? What are the kind of opportunities which are available?
Okay, so these projects are mainly of two kinds, and one is the consultancy, where some structure or building or bridge is you need to like health monitoring of this thing, like this super big structures, and also designing and implementation. And other is of the research research projects. They are mainly involved with the theoretical development of this thing, like the theoretical development part only.
Okay. So structural dynamics, how you tell it? I mean, what is structural dynamics actually?
It's mainly like combination of earthquake engineering and wind engineering. It's
Okay.
what I am working on currently is health monitoring of wind turbines. So we use this vibration based data to determine how the life of wind turbines and these things.
Achha, look, there are so many civil engineers.
Yes.
Who want to go for higher education. They ask us as mentor. They ask us two questions. Question number one, sir, what are the research areas in which we should pursue our career? I mean, which are the further areas in which we should go? Second is, which universities are very good in US if we want to go for that? Can you throw some light on these two questions?
Okay. So research area, I think whenever you for myself, from the very beginning, I went on seeing the profiles of my own professors at IIT Roorkee, and decided what areas they work on and the different branches. And then I started exploring each and every branch, and then I finally decided that it was structural dynamics that I wanted to pursue my career in. So that thing helped me. And then coming to this, what was the other question? Sorry.
Other question was like, which universities in US?
Okay. University, I think in US, there is two parts. One is like you have to select the good university, and also the professor who has a very good profile. I think that thing matters more rather than university, because like ultimately if you stay in academics, the recommendation matters a lot, and they have like a lot of influence also.
Okay.
So like going to a good research group is much more important than going to a like top university. So if both can happen together, that's like the best part. And but for research groups, I think you have to look at their publications and what type of journals they have published in, and like how their work is well cited in other researchers also.
Yes.
That I think it's sufficient.
So very important relevant point you have put here, Anirudh, that is instead of university, find the good research group.
Yes.
That is very valuable,
Yes.
and
that also helps in like our research also, because then we have the like we can learn a lot, because ultimately the professor does not get much involved. We have to like learn most of the things from the research group itself, like the fellow researchers.
And what is the typical scholarship a student can get during PhD once he's in those countries like USA?
Like I am getting around 2,300 per month, $2,300 per month.
That even in India you are getting that much?
No. In
once
India,
you land up there.
Yes.
Once you land up there, you will be getting $2,300, and no tax on that, right?
No.
No tax on that. And what is the total expenditure, Anirudh?
Max to max, it's around 1,500.
So that means $1,000 approximately you can save.
Yes.
That means in Indian currency somewhere around 70,000-80,000, right?
Yes.
You can save that. So many students who say that, sir, we have family obligations and we need to send some money back home, 40,000-50,000 we have to send home. They can do that during PhD.
Yes. Of course.
So that is there. Now at the last, Anirudh, you have wonderfully told everything, but at the last I want a summary of this. So can you tell me clearly, like if some student who is in graduation and has a dream or aspiration to go abroad, but without spending money, maybe 1.5 lakh money only, so what are the credentials, what are the things he should prepare for himself? Let's say think of a student who is in BTech third year, final year, or who is maybe in the MTech. So what things he should have with him? I mean, GRE, TOEFL, CGPA, research paper, whatever you want to tell, please mention those things. Yeah.
So this GRE score is like after COVID, they have made it optional for most of the universities. But some top universities like UC Berkeley and University of Illinois, they still have the GRE score, the GRE mandatory. So I think GRE score helps a lot. If you have a very good GRE score, like above 320, it's very good. And TOEFL, like you can either show your proficiency as a like TOEFL or IELTS score, or you can say that my home institution has medium of instruction in English only. So that option can also be done. But for safe side, the TOEFL should be given. And apart from that, for the documents, the resume is there, and the SOP and LOR, that is recommendations.
Okay, so these are the things which are required, right?
Yes.
And LOR is to be taken from academic institutes only, or from industries also it can be taken? Somebody has done industrial training and
yes, it can be taken. Yes,
it can be taken from there.
Yes.
So that was wonderful, Anirudh, talking to you. And I tell you, I mean, it was a rapid fire kind of interaction. But I'm happy that, Anirudh, you provided all the things very, very clearly, and in detail you have provided all the information. And I'm very sure जो student सुनेगा उसको काफी इससे benefit होगा, Anirudh. So I wish you all the very best for your career ahead.
Thank you, sir.
I'll keep on catching you once you go to Rice University. Again, I will interact with you and
yes, sir.
information to students.